What's up, kings and queens? This is Mama K coming to you today with a few things to say and to send love and peace your way. So, I hope everybody is doing well. I know this is a very challenging and trying time, but I believe that we will prevail. I think everything will eventually work out. We just have to be patient. But, yeah, while I was out and about, I decided to, do this quick video. And of course, I'm going to have a little information to share. So, that's what I do. But without further ado, here I go. So, my daughter, she loves to watch TikTok. That's pretty much what she liked to do to occupy her time. And she ran across a video and decided to share it with me. And basically, it was a video of a couple. I believe it was like a prank or some kind of comedy, but it was basically about black people and stereotypes and their humor mixed in with it. So I said that I wasn't going to really respond to it, because when I first saw it, my emotions kind of got the best of me, and I started, getting, pissed off and really just trying to figure out, what was the point. But then I had time to kind of think things through, try to regulate my feelings and think things in a more logical way, and based on some of the things that they stated in the video. And I say, you know what, I'm going to do a video response. And I know many people already kind of jumped on the video already and did their YouTube reaction and response. And, we had some that was, upset, and that's understandable. And then we had some that just kind of just showed the video and just wanted people to be aware of, you know, I guess how people think, how racist people think. So I said, you know what, I'm going to respond to this video in just a little differently, and I feel like I'm in a pretty decent position to have some say so about this video, not just because I'm black, but because I took out the time to, study history, learn more about history. So this video is dedicated to Stephanie Freeman and her boyfriend, Jeffrey, whatever. So, first, I will say this: there are a lot of racist people in this world, and they come in all colors, black and white. One prime example is our president. He likes to make racist remarks, especially when he had a problem with the Muslims and the Mexican people. And I'm pretty sure we was included as well. So hearing racist remarks isn't anything new. I feel like, Stephanie and her boyfriend pretty much express what many people, especially professional people, how they feel, but they just keep it hidden inside. And Stephanie and her boyfriend was just brave enough to express it, and you know, however they decided to express it. So, And I'm not too mad at her because, like I said, there's people that feel some type of way about another culture. They have their own specific name. For one, she in her video, she said she stated, how to make a nigger. And yes, nigger is a very degrading word, but there's a lot of black people that consider racist people as crackers. And, pretty much that kind of levels out about the same. You even have Italian people that call some people gringos, or not gringos, moolies. That's what they consider black people, and then you have another racist name, gringos. So there's many names out there. It just depends on who's saying it and how they're using it. But regardless, it is wrong. But there's people that they're just ignorant. You really can't change how people are unless they have to go through some serious traumatic event. So let's see, she also stated in her video that black people do not have a dad. I'm trying to replay it back in my mind to make sure I don't miss anything. So with that being said, again, this goes back to knowing your history. And I don't know if, Stephanie did well in African American history, or if she even took the course, which I think that course should be required for everyone. I think just like math and reading is required, I think African history need to be required, and I think they need to revise how it is being taught, because most teachers try to give you the watered down version, or limit the information that that's being shared about what happened, what really took place in history. So if Stephanie want to go ahead and take out the time to research what I'm saying, she will see that ancient Egypt had a setup to where there was always a mother and a father in place unless something seriously happened to the father. But when Egypt was invaded by greedy, racist people, such as the Romans, the Greek, and then later on they came back with the Spaniards. Let's not forget the Arabians, the British, the Dutch. All of them just came over and just sucked Africa dry. And they murdered many of the men, many of the African men. So that is one reason why there's a shortage of our black men. Another reason is, as time went on, there was a government that was put in place, mainly in America. I'm pretty sure it's the same across the board, but we're going to focus on America since we're in America. A government was put in place, and they decided to come up with some other plot and plan against melanated people by dispersing drugs and weapons in their community. Now, when you give poor people guns and drugs, two things happen: violence and death. That's just it, So many of our black men have been either murdered, either by gang affiliation, police brutality, or they end up on drugs, which, of course, they're not going to be a responsible father if they do have any children. So If that's not the case, then they end up in prison. And we already know that the prison system makes millions or billions of dollars off of inmates. So if you really want to know why our black men or black fathers are missing, then that is a major factor. Now there are fathers that's out there that don't even know how to be a father, because of the things that, have been passed down as far as the drinking and the drugs and all kinds of things like that. So, like I said, back in ancient Egypt, when black people was minding their own business on their own continent in their own area, we had a system set up to where we did everything with honor, with respect, and all of that was changed up when we were invaded and became enslaved. Let's see, what else you mentioned? Oh, I know you mentioned something about black people liking watermelon and fried chicken. So, with that being said, just in case you didn't know, fried chicken was originated from Scotland. It was Scottish people that introduced that recipe, fried chicken, to the slaves on the slave plantation. So we didn't have many good choices of food to eat, because if you really read on what kind of food we were eating, mainly it was a lot of the scraps from the slave master's table. So yes, fried chicken was introduced to the black slaves by a white person, and we did whatever we needed to do to survive. And yes, we did fall in love with it, and it was a recipe that just managed to pass from generation to generation. Now, I know that we also enjoy watermelon. Well, I don't see anything wrong with watermelon. I mean, it is a fruit that holds vitamin, like vitamin A and vitamin C. I mean, I feel like, at least we're trying. Fried chicken is not really the best, healthiest thing to eat, but at least we try to make up for it with the watermelon. So, like I said, if we're in a situation to where we're not able to choose food, we're not privileged enough, just like most of the white people in America, they can go to the store and spend up whatever they want on good healthy food. So for us, we're gonna do whatever we need to do to survive. So that's another thing you should keep in mind. Now, what else did you mention? You talked about the missing of the father, the food we eat, oh, and making good choices. I'm going to tie, and then you also mentioned something about black people like to rob people. So I'm going to tie making good choices in with robbing people, because I feel like that can go hand in hand. So with the robbing people, now, if you really, really want to point the finger at people who rob people, then again, you need to go and dig up the history information, because when black people was, when I'll say Africans, our ancient Egyptian people, was living on in their continent, or wherever they wanted to live, the Caucasians came along and pretty much invaded their lands, murdered most of the people, men, women, and children. They stole land, they stole artifacts. Like if you go over to the British Museum today, you will see a lot of our stuff. And when I say our stuff, I mean my ancestors, the Africans. you'll see that a lot of their stuff is displayed in the museum. So, and I'm pretty sure the British or whoever have their stuff did not ask for permission. Like right now today, there's still Caucasians are still going over to Egypt and digging up the tombs, the king tombs, and trying to look for more stuff. And I'm like, well, dog, y'all already done. You took the land, you took the people, you took all the resources out of the land. Now China trying to go over there and get a little piece of the pie. So I'm like, well, dog, well, what else do they need? So that is one good example of people who like to rob people. Secondly, you guys like to copy people. With the Botox, you want to look like black people with the full lips and the high cheekbones and the juicy booty. And it's like, first, y'all confuse us because you act like you hate us, you hate our skin, but then you try to go get a tan to darken your skin, you try to get the Botox, you try to get the butt job. So it's like, and now some of y'all even wearing the braids. So that's, to me, that's like you're stealing out our idea. And I guess, now you got some black women trying to do the blonde hair and the blue contact eyes. So I guess we can just call that even. We just gonna call it even. And I'm not condoning stealing, but I feel like if we're put in a position to where we're lacking our important resources such as food, shelter, and good health, we're gonna do whatever it takes to survive. So that's just point blank. We're gonna do whatever it takes to survive. Um, and I guess we can just say with the good choices that's how it is. When you treat us with respect, we treat you with respect. And we have been very respectful to you guys for many centuries. We went ahead and we tried to trade with you guys. Our African Egyptian people tried to trade with you guys, share different ideas. We allow you to learn some of the things that we were teaching in our universities. So we have been trying to, work with you guys from way back. So I don't know how we can make peace with each other, on your end. I'll just say on your end. But it's like we've been very tolerant. Like today, we're still going through racist issues. We're still going through police brutality. We have schools where we lack resources, and but if you go over to the suburban or the upper class area, they have everything they need to be successful in society. But yet, we're still trying to get there. So I don't know what you and your boyfriend was thinking when y'all made this video. And and like I said, I know that you guys were trying to get attention. I guess I'm gonna assume that you was bored and you didn't have anything better to do with your time. But if you're gonna be a comedian, you gotta work better at your lines. I don't know if you was trying to mimic Roseanne O'Donnell, but you seen what happened with her. So and I know that you tried to apologize your way out of the situation, but bringing religion in it, trying to hide behind religion is another is another no, because if you, like I said, if you do your history once again, when the Romans and the Greeks came over to invade the African lands and enslave the people, they also forced their religious ideas on the Africans. Yes, we had our own way of living, our own ideas. We had our own spiritual system, religion and everything. But when we became enslaved, then they forced Christianity on us, Catholic on us. So I don't think, we still got some people that many of our people still need to snap out of it and realize that as a fact. But yeah, religion is really not a good thing to try to use to clean up your era. So, I know that you may have it hard. I know people gonna jump down your throat. I guess that is a consequence you got to deal with. Um, and I know that I also heard that you might not be able to attend college. And I say, don't even stress it. You being a Caucasian with a lot of connections and a lot of hookup, I'm pretty sure somebody out there is going to agree with your idea and hook you up. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I know quite a few people that dropped out of high school and became millionaires. So I don't think you have much to worry about. On the other hand, if it was a black person that did something like what you did, yeah, it would be very hard. We'll probably be in jail. Just put it that way. So with that being said, just be careful on how you express yourself. And you know what? Next time when you do a joke like that, make sure you have black people in front of you, like right in the room, while you make those kind of jokes. And then that way, you don't have to worry about being embarrassed on social media. You know what I mean? So with that being said, good luck. Peace.